to order. If we're going to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And before we get into the actual agenda, I just want to state that Council met earlier this evening in executive session to discuss personnel and real estate issues. So that brings us to the agenda. Mr. Sabosley, please.
Very good. Tonight's agenda, we have 8 or 9 items for review. First, under planning and economic development, DJ Housley, you're going to introduce items number 1 and 2. So item number 1, Oakmont Water Authority lot consolidation.
Sure. Oakmont Water Authority lot consolidation. We briefly talked about it last week when it was, or last month when it was being accepted. It's basically a 1 acre tract, mostly where the water tank is in their existing facility, and there's a 1/10 of an acre strip. If you're looking at it from the street to the right of it, they're going to consolidate both of those pieces together and fix like a minor issue with there being 2 separate tracts. And then there will be a separate land development application that's going to go through Planning Commission before it comes back to you guys for final approval. So we're recommending, as staff, we're recommending conditional approval. There's one very minor comment. They had a clause on there that the Planning Commission was going to review this, but because it's a simple subdivision, it goes straight to you guys as council for the vote, and it won't seek Planning Commission. So other than removing that, there's no outstanding comments.
Okay.
Second item is good.
Any discussion, questions? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
Okay, item number 2, the agenda says Midas lot consolidation, but this is really Midas lot consolidation reapproval.
Yeah, and this one, just like Dave said, it's related to the 90-day window. After an applicant receives their approval and they satisfy all conditions, the 90-day clock starts running for them to record the plan. In this case, they weren't able to get all the signatures and get the plan recorded in time. The approval's lapsed, so we're just asking the council reapprove it. There's been no changes to the plan. It's the same plan that you guys just approved a couple months ago, and that'll be it. It'll give them a new 90-day window to get the plan recorded with the county again.
Okay, any questions, discussion, comments? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
Item number 3, let me get back to this. Personnel management, Mr. Dern announced previously that council had met to discuss personnel issues. Item number 4, public safety, civil service ordinance changes. Chief Conley had talked to council about making some additional changes to the civil service ordinance. Lanny presented those changes to the Civil Service Commission in September. The Civil Service Commission has made recommendations, made a recommendation to approve those changes. In your packet is the red line version showing the changes that Lanny is suggesting. And truly, those items that are being amended are being changed to reflect how the department currently operates. One of the big things too is that he's sort of shortened the time to allow an officer to be promoted. So we have a lot of officers now, or some officers that are coming with experience from the city. And the changes would allow your overall experience. So for example, instead of 5 years with the department, you'd have 3 years as an employee of the Plum Boro Police Department and 2 years outside experience with another department. He feels that that will allow a bigger pool of candidates to apply for some of these promotions that we've been doing. So all we're doing is really asking that council authorize the advertisement of this ordinance for final review and consideration at the November meeting.
Okay, any comments, questions, discussion? Okay, it'll be an agenda item.
Very good. Item number 5, Parks and Recreation. It's adding to the asset disposition list. So council every year, and it seems like every meeting we have now, meets and we talk about certain assets that we would wish to dispose of. I think last month we had 3 police vehicles that we were not getting a good trading price, so council authorized the addition those to be added to the disposition list. In this case, it's under Parks and Recreation because the item that we're looking to sell, get rid of, are 2 futsal nets. We did meet with the Recreation Committee of Council. Jerry, you were there when we talked about it. When we moved into this building, the borough purchased 4 futsal nets. I would imagine with the thought that at one time you may have 2 futsal games going on in the gymnasium side to side. You know, in the 2 years we've been here, there's never been a request for it. There's really no room for that. The nets that we have are in very good condition. They don't need to be replaced. So staff is asking that council authorize the 2 unopened nets that are still in the original box be added to our disposition list, and we would try to sell those to other municipalities, or if we have no takers there, go out to Gov Deals and sell them with a starting price of what we paid for them. We're certainly not going to lose any money on this, but you know, we waited a full year through these, and we had futsal in our gym fall and spring, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a week, but never a demand for 2 games at once. So with that, we'd just like to get rid of these futsal nets that are taking up space in storage and certainly recoup the money we paid for them.
Any discussion, comments, questions? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
Nothing under finance. Under roads, equipment, and grounds. DJ, you want to talk about road construction standards ordinance?
Sure. This is the same item that we briefly discussed, and I think we showed a PDF on the screen last month's meeting. It's the updated version of the standard details. Basically, just to reiterate, we had gone through a minor revision to the title block, purged out some redundant details that were in there, and clarified a couple typographical changes that we ran into while we used the prior version of these. So it's a relatively minor issue, but we're asking the council accept these and adopt them at next week's meeting.
Comments? Discussion? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
Item number 7 on the agenda is entitled Library Property. That item was moved to executive session under the exception of real estate discussion with council. Item number 8, console DEP right of entry. DJ?
Sure. We received a request via Consol, but it actually benefits Consol and DEP. It's a consent to right of entry for operation and maintenance of a mine drainage treatment facility covered by a bond or post-mining discharge treatment trust agreement. Not to reread this whole document, but it affects the piece of property on this side of the road, the actual tax parcel for the roadway, and the tax parcel on the other side of the roadway related to the mining that was done here prior to the borough owning this piece.
Some of you say roadway, Mike Thomas Way?
Yes, sir. To highlight a couple sections out of their document, DEP has determined that mine drainage caused by operators' mining activities is discharging or passing through the property. The operator required under mining law and its surface mining permit to construct, operate, and maintain mine drainage treatment facilities on a portion of the property, the treatment facility property, for purposes of treating the pollutant discharge. To assure compliance with its legal obligations, operator and DEP and the trustee must have access to the treatment facility property to conduct and or oversee the mine drainage treatment activities required by law and the mining permit. It's essentially giving DEP and Consol the right to enter the property for as long as they're detecting mine acid runoff from the mine, which you guys have all seen the treatment facility across Mike Thomas Way from here. It's just a formal standardized DEP agreement, and they're looking for you guys to sign it. So it's staff's recommendation that you guys read this and sign it after next month's, or after next week's meeting.
Okay, any comments? Okay, there'll be an agenda item.
Item number 9, under roads, equipment, and grounds, Holiday Park Stormwater Phase 2.5. So last month, council authorized the advertisement of this bid. Bids are due to open actually the day of the council meeting, Wednesday, October the 16th. This is a project from Blue Ridge to Tivoli. It's a storm line that is in need of repair. Due to the slope of that property, our Public Works Department is unable to complete this. So we've been working with KU Resources on this bid item, and we will have for you next Wednesday night a recommendation from the borough engineer on the award of this contract.
Is this behind the houses coming down Tahoe?
It's actually from Blue Ridge, like the upper portion of Blue Ridge, cutting through the woods in between houses, and it connects on to Tivoli.
So do we have right-of-ways?
We do.
So we do have some easements through there, and we've been working with the homeowner. There's actually 3 different things in the easements. DJ's been out and met with the property owner. We did have KU survey. They staked the actual easement area. So as far as I know, we're on board with, the property owner is on board with us as far as this is concerned, and they understand that they have to move these things out of our easement.
Okay, that was my question.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
Item number 10, under roads, equipment, and grounds, is our last item tonight. Asking council to authorize the advertisement of a revised solid waste and recycling ordinance. The current ordinance was adopted in 2011, so it's been some time. It really has not been amended or revised in that time. I've been meeting with certain staff members over the last year to revise this ordinance, and we're currently hopefully going to tomorrow finish up the last section of it. The last section of this ordinance we'll talk about our new relationship with Keystone Collections for solid waste fee collection. So we're just asking that you authorize the advertisement of this for discussion and consideration at the November meeting.
Any questions or comments? Okay, that'll be an agenda item.
That's all I have.
Okay. Adjournment. Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. I have Mr. Machernik making the motion, second by Mr. Schlock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
You can put it back down.
No, you can get it wrong. People mess
You guys can turn off your microphones. Just hold the button in the bottom, the power button.
What's that?
You flip it over.
Yeah.